Good morning to everyone, welcome to this event. My name is Howe. I'm the Professor and Executive Director of the Thornton Energy Research Institute, Thornton Science Park, University of Chester. But I'm also here as the Chair of the North West Hydrogen Alliance.
The northwest of England. A bold industrial heartland where major city regions collaborate to drive clean growth to meet climate change targets. Where investment in hydrogen is creating new opportunities to reduce CO2 when powering our homes and creating a cleaner industrial north. Where knowledge, academia and skills drive innovation in new production technologies. And hydrogen will significantly reduce our transport emissions. Where flagship innovation projects will create a series of UK and global firsts. And our carbon footprint for heat and power will be reduced. Highlighting the UK's most cost-effective carbon capture, storage and usage option. The Alliance unites some of the UK's most influential organisations to demonstrate one thing. The North West has the innovation, industry and infrastructure to make hydrogen energy a reality.
Do you know what? I'm really proud to be chairing that organisation, an industrially driven, focused body that's wanting to deliver clean growth for the North West of England. And that's what this event is about today, delivering clean growth, delivering the hydrogen economy. Now, I look at the numbers of people in here. There must be nearly 200 people in here. And I can recall 4 or 5 years ago when I sat down with my Vice-Chancellor, Professor Wheeler, at the back of the room, and I talked about hydrogen to him. And we had shared this vision. And the first time I pulled industry together, there was about 5 or 6 of us in a room. And some people said, well, hydrogen was a fuel of yesteryear, not now. But over the course of the last 3 to 4 years, that swell of opinion, that tide of change has really captivated people's imagination. So much so now that we've just heard about how it's potentially at the forefront of the government's agenda in terms of the delivery of clean growth. The North West Hydrogen Alliance is really leading that agenda here in the North West. The previous speaker, Stephen, he talked about projects that he wants to see scalable, demonstrable, ones that are engaging with people, with communities, with businesses. What we're going to hear about during the course of the next half an hour are those particular projects, some of which have received government funding, some of which are certainly forming all part of our proposition for the Industrial Clusters mission that Stephen talked about. But why the North West Hydrogen Alliance? Why are we actually here today? Well, I think more than anything, it's about the development and the delivery of a clean hydrogen economy for the future. Hence this particular event today, the delivery of the hydrogen economy in the North West. What's it all stand for? Well, it's about commitment. It's about a pledge, it's about a drive to actually deliver on the Paris Protocol, to reduce carbon emissions from 1990 levels by 2050 by at least 80%. And getting industry together, working with communities, working with local government to realise that particular opportunity. So the North West Hydrogen Alliance, what is it? Well, it's this group of companies that have come together and are passionate. Passionate about decarbonisation. They're passionate about heat and delivery of clean, green heat. They're passionate about transport and mobility. They're passionate about power. And so today, colleagues, when you get a chance, I'm going to kick you outside to go and have a look at a number of the sort of demonstration facilities, the buses, the cars, the electrolyzers, the hydrogen bike. Do you know what? You can even get on that hydrogen bike and generate hydrogen yourselves today, should you wish. And I'll really encourage you to do that. What we're really about, the North West Hydrogen Alliance, is really about providing information. Again, Stephen talked a little bit about the social licence or the acceptability of hydrogen. And what we want to do is to get information out there to the public, to business, to local authorities, to educationalists such as myself, to communicate the message about hydrogen and about clean growth. And the opportunities afforded by that for us here in the North West For UK PLC, indeed, in terms of the export agendas around this particular aspiration, to get that across and to move this agenda forward. You know, Stephen, if you're still here, you can see the willingness of this particular audience and the businesses that are in here. You talked about businesses, you talked about educationalists, the universities that are with us today, the local authorities that are present, the local enterprise partnerships that are present. We want to make this happen, and we want to work with government. We are working with government to try to deliver on that. So today we're going to see and hear about some of the opportunities here. We're going to talk about some of the projects that you've mentioned already and some of the projects that we have in mind, Stephen, in terms of driving this particular issue forward, and how we're at the forefront of innovation in grasping the opportunities afforded by the development of a hydrogen economy in the northwest of England, and then for the whole of the UK, and exporting that knowledge, that IP, those skills to the rest of the UK, to the rest of the world, to help UK PLC and help the Chancellor of the Exchequer.